All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you guys. Welcome to the show. Today is Collection Conundrum, and we've got three hosts today. So we've also got a guest. This is our first time having a guest. We're excited to bring that aspect of the show. But let me introduce my co-hosts. I have Shane from Relative Time, Alton from Half Past Blog, and this is kind of an interesting show. We do things a little bit different here. So Shane's going to explain a bit about what's going on.
All right, so welcome to the Collection Conundrum. The basic premise of the show is that it's kind of divided into three phases, and there are three different kind of people playing, or groups of people playing. First off, you have us, the hosts. There are three of us. We're all playing against each other. Then you have a guest that we invite on each week, as well as then there's you guys watching at home. And you're kind of playing collectively against us three. Now, before the show starts, we ask the guests to pick and kind of create a 5-watch collection based off a particular theme, as well as, well, they tell us what that is, and then they also tell us kind of the approximate value. Then we three basically scour their social media posts and try to figure out which of those 3 watches that they pick to be in that collection. And that's basically the first step, winds up being the collection phase, where we basically make those guesses, let that known, and then the guest shows off their collection, and then for each correct answer, we get a point. And then you guys also play along at home. Second part is the question phase. We'll get to know the guests a little bit better, as well as kind of ask them specific questions about their collection. Again, we make guesses, you guys make guesses. Correct answers are also worth another point. Then that leads us to the final phase, which is kind of the conundrum or the trade-off phase, where behind the scenes, we've already got a particular watch in mind that we would theoretically offer to trade for the entire 5-watch collection. And the guest can pick either one of our 3 or one that you guys suggest, and whoever wins or whoever gets that correct gets 2 points. And that's basically how the game works. And let's turn it over to Alton.
All right, so today I am super excited because we have our very first guest, like a real legit guest. He's a great guy. He is involved in YouTube. He's on Instagram. He has a podcast, Socal Watch Reviews. I have been on that podcast. It was the least viewed one ever, I think. Actually, kidding. I have no idea. All-around great guy. Let's give it up for Miguel.
How's it going, everybody? This is Miguel from Socal Watch Reviews, coming at you from Southern California. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for allowing me to be here and play with you guys. Hopefully you get every single one of my watches wrong.
Right. Already rooting against us. Thanks.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
All right, so we want to get to know you a little bit better, Miguel, before we get going. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions and find out a little bit more about you. And I'm sure that the people watching at home would like to get to know you a little bit better, too. So you just mentioned where you're living now. Where did you grow up?
So, born here in Southern California, LA. When I was 6 years old, I actually moved to Mexico City. Grew up was over there for about 7 years, did my whole elementary, then decided to come back and live with my dad. My parents are divorced, so that's kind of how I was bouncing around, and went back to Orange County and kind of did my life right there. Now I reside in the Inland Empire, but it's still, Southern California. So that's a little bit about me. So yeah.
Awesome. So what do you do for a living?
I'm in sales. So actually that really does help what I do with the podcast and everything, because I'm able to speak to guests, customer service, and persuade companies to send me free watches.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Just kidding, but no, I that's
whatever
it
works.
Helps tremendously.
It's an important part of running a YouTube channel.
It's an extremely important part, Dave. I would be broke.
We've all been there.
Yeah, already there.
Oh man. Yeah, no, so, that's what I do for a living. So
when you were a little kid, is sales what you envisioned yourself doing, or did you have something else you wanted to do when you grew up?
No, of course, being small, I always wanted to be a doctor, right? But I think, kind of looking back, I think it was more my mom's dream. I've always kind of saying, "Oh, you should be a doctor" and whatever. But growing up, I was always selling things. I do remember being in elementary school, and I wanted to make extra money. I took my Ninja Turtles and a bunch of things to school, and I would come home with money. And my mom would be, "Where'd you get this money from?" "I don't know. I just got bored of some stuff and sold it." And so I've always been in sales, and I just kind of took it upon myself to do it professionally in my 20s, because I did not go to a proper college whatever or university. I just did my high school, and just college really wasn't for me. So it was sales. I'm like, if I really want to make a good living, there's a few options, and what am I good at? And I'm like, I think sales. I'm not sure. So started doing it. Been doing it for over 15 years. Well over 15 years. That's
Can you tell us what you sell?
Yeah, absolutely. So I work for a company, and basically we're a fully electrical company, right? So we do everything from electrical services, from troubleshooting some outages to actually installing new fixtures and LED. LED's a core business of our of what we do, right? So me in sales, I have a book of business of about 500 customers, and day in, day out, I have to be in touch with them via email, via phone call. I get to meet with them. I get to run projects. And if somebody tells me, hey, we need some additional lighting here, I have to go out and figure out where we're going to pull power from, how we're going to pull the permits and all this stuff. And then also conversions, right? So I just recently did a dealership here in Southern California. They call me out. They said, hey, we want to convert this whole thing to LED. So I personally have to go plot the entire place, make sure all the lights are where they are, and compare wattages, right? So you're going from this wattage to this wattage, you're saving X percent, and your ROI on your both maintenance and electrical bill is X amount. So that's what I do, and I get to deal with the actual owners of the properties, and a lot of times with the managers, kind of the liaisons, if you will. So yeah, it's challenging, but it's fun. I do different things all the time. So
What watch do you wear when you are going to jobs like that?
it depends, right? So it depends what I'm doing. So most of the time, if I'm walking and I know I'm going to be kind of getting in between the HOAs, right? So communities, and I'm going to be looking at dirt and stuff like that, Casio all day. But if it's something more formal, I switch it up between some of my sickos or whatever, but nothing ever too flashy, because my boss, the owner of the company, told me something very interesting. So he himself has a Rolex and drives a Bentley, very nice things he owns, but he never ever shows up to meet with clients with nice things. And I asked him why, right? As a new guy in the company, I was like, well, why don't you? He's like, you never want to present yourself as more to the customer. You always want to be equal to them. It's almost like the chameleon effect, right? So you got to mirror your customers. If they speak fast, you speak fast. If they speak slow, you speak slow. It's almost like sales 101. So for him, he didn't want the customers to perceive him as like this guy that was like better than you. So he always wanted to kind of be there. So I have that same premise. If anything looks kind of flashy or gaudy in my collection, even though I know it's really not, I don't want to be perceived as that. So I'll always keep it very humble.
No big Invictus for the client meetings then?
Well, no.
They make an impression.
They do.
They get noticed.
And if they piss me off, I can just knock them out with it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, it didn't take long for the Invicta bashing to happen. That's great. Miguel, when you're not, and I know you spend a lot of time on your YouTube stuff, when you're not doing that and when you're not working, what other hobbies do you have?
The main focus really is family, and it's hard, right? So I try to do the best that I can, but with running Instagram and YouTube and podcasting, I'm constantly editing and uploading things and doing whatnot. But it is important, and I think all of us could take kind of a lesson from my downfall, right? Which is I started kind of neglecting my family because I started paying too much attention to this stuff. And my wife called me out on it and basically said, hey, how important is this stuff to you? Because your son is only 5 years old right now. He's going to grow up, and eventually, what are you going to do? You're not going to have a relationship with him. Are you going to have a relationship with your followers and everybody else? And she had a point, So I kind of had to kind of rethink my strategy and say, okay, I need to kind of take a step back. But to answer your question, family, to be honest. And with the pandemic, we don't really go out, so it's family.
Yeah, that's important, because it's easy for this stuff just to take over, and I have no idea how some of the guys are doing like 3, 4, even more videos a week. I can barely get by with just one and having somewhat of a normal life.
I agree. Yeah, and especially you guys, you gentlemen have a ton of subscribers. I don't even know how you do it, because the more you grow, the more people want to collaborate, and companies reaching out, and it's crazy. Yeah,
and just keeping up with comments can be sometimes take time in itself.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I have the solution. Just have 700 followers. There's very few comments. Don't worry about it.
I still can't believe you're at 700, man. We need to get you up there.
We got to get you to 1,000.
Come on.
It'll happen. You just got to grind away, right?
Yeah.
Regular plug. If you have not subscribed to Alton's channel yet, let's get him up over. Let's get him up over 1,000.
Go for it.
Got 38 people watching now.
I'm hogging all the
39.
questions.
Okay.
There you go. I'm hogging all the questions, so I'll let Dave or Shane ask the last one.
Good.
Okay, let me jump in. Angels or Dodgers?
Not a baseball
Not a
fan.
baseball fan.
No, sorry, man. But if I had to, just because I'm Hispanic and a lot of my culture, when every time I see Dodgers or LA, it's always like gangsters and that kind of, and I don't align with that demographic, so I gotta keep it with the Angels, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was curious. I heard you say you grew up in Orange County. Where in Orange County, if you don't mind?
Santa Ana.
Okay. All right. I grew up in
Yeah,
San Juan Capistrano, so South Orange County.
Oh, the rich part. Yeah, I was in the poor side, man, in the hood.
San
Well
Juan.
down in San Diego.
Okay.
That was a boy
You know,
together.
there's two sections of San Juan. We were in the poor part.
Okay.
We got conflict already. This is going to be great.
And one question I had was, how did you basically get into? I mean, what made you decide to jump in and start your own YouTube channel? Something I'm always curious about.
Yeah, man. So I'm not gonna give it away and tell you what watch I had that I was like, oh, it'd be cool to kind of feature this, and maybe I'll become like this big mega star, because that was the thing, right? YouTube, and like, oh, you make a YouTube channel and you become rich, and that was my mentality when I got started into it. But honestly, I gotta give it up to TGV, man. Tristiano, he thanks to him, I bought my first mechanical watch. And I was like, man, this guy does it with such ease, right? And he's so polished and so cool. Like, maybe I could not do that because I don't have an English accent, clearly. But how hard could it be? And I was just like,
an English accent or a
Hispanic accent. Right? Another episode with los tacos.
Yeah. Crank it up a little bit. Give a little bit more color here.
Yeah. No, but to be honest,
that's true.
That's what it was. And also something that I've mentioned before is when you get bit by this bug of this watch collecting hobby, you want to talk about it all the time, right? And my wife is just done.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to hear about it. So I was like, what other outlet do I have? Oh, what if I start a YouTube channel and just start talking in front of the camera, and maybe somebody will watch, So
Yep.
that's how it was.
That's why I started too, buddy.
Yeah, that's why I started watching you.
Cool.
Okay, so I think we're going to move on to Miguel's collection reveal coming up.
Ooh.
So that will be fun.
Do it.
So Miguel is going to give us 5 watches, but before he does, I believe we're going to do some guessing.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
This is going to be fun.
So what we need to do is introduce the collection segment. So the value category. What we've done is said these are the different value categories and a different theme. So tell us a little bit about your theme, Miguel.
So I selected 2 themes. It was heirlooms and milestones, and some are things that I bought for myself as, marking some kind of milestones. And the heirloom pieces, well, pretty self-explanatory. It's just pieces that have been given to me, and they're a generational item for me. So
Okay, very good. All right. So who do we want to go with first? Do we want to go with Shane's guesses, or Dave? You probably got them in order there.
Yeah, I think I can jump around. One thing, so clarification, we're going to guess 3 watches each.
Yeah,
Alton,
3 watches.
Oh, I
sent
gave
me-
you 5.
you
That's
sent me
right.
5 slides. So trying to sneak in an extra 2 here.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
I'll just follow you.
He's
You can
presenting
pick out of
5,
those.
and we get to pick 3.
Yeah.
By the
I'll
way,
try
just
and
so it
guess
could
at least 3.
So it could be fair, I had never looked at the value of my watches because that's not something I do. I'm not an investor.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I don't flip watches. So when you guys gave me the task to look up the current values of these things, it actually came out to a little bit more than that, $1,000 more than that. So it's more like sits around.
You jumped up to the
So,
luxury.
I mean,
almost. Not quite.
I don't consider any of my
That's
watches
okay.
luxury.
It's all right. So yeah, that's mostly going to affect the watch that we're going to offer you in exchange for all.
But
of
as
them.
long as we're kind of on the same
Little
level, I think it works.
curveball,
Yeah.
curveball life.
Okay.
Why
All right.
not, right?
So
Well, it gives an advantage to the audience, actually.
Yeah. So chat, why don't you guys start guessing? So this is for the chat right now. Some of you guys are asking how to play. First thing. So right now, me, Shane, and Alton are each going to guess 3 watches that we think that Miguel is about to present. You guys in the chat, go ahead and spam ones that you want. I'll highlight some as we go. And Miguel, if you can do me a favor and watch the highlighted ones and just kind of keep track of how many right the chat gets, if they get any, and that'll determine how many points they get.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah. So yeah, get a paper or something.
Sounds good.
Drink something.
So what I'll do is pick 3 of my 5 then, Dave. That sound good?
So yeah, I'll just follow you. Why don't you go ahead and tell me which ones you want to pick, and I think I can get them up here.
Throw them up there, and I'll tell you which 3.
Okay. All right. I have them in separate slides, so you just say which one you want, and I'll put it up.
The Omega?
Am I supposed to say yes or no? Or
No, not yet.
All right.
I mean, this one is all over his social media stuff. Talking about timeless heirloom type pieces. I mean, come on. That's a beautiful watch. I'm going to say the SKX as well, because I think he mentioned at some point that it was one of his first watches that kind of got him into this hobby, unless I'm mistaken. But I've watched quite a few of his videos. And, what were the other ones I had up there? Give me a hint, Dave.
Let's see. Okay, let me. Okay. Don't give any reaction here, Miguel. I'm just gonna flash up.
There's the SKX. It's a big guess too. I'm gonna go with the Oris. Because I just love that Oris. Okay.
I love that one too. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I mean that's such a classic piece. Fits right in that category, in my opinion.
Okay. So was that
all right? That's 3.
Okay.
That's 3.
All right, let's turn it over to Shane. Why don't we give you yours? You got a screen share for us?
Yeah, share the screen, and then we'll kick it off. All right, so the first one, going with, I think this is a new one you got, Hamilton Khaki Mechanical.
Yeah, I just thought it.
Let me go back to that. Just, classic piece. And this one's actually kind of special for me because it's a picture of one I had a while ago on the right. And that was actually one of my first videos that really started to take off. So I was very proud of that. And then 3 weeks later, TGV did a video on one, and my views just dropped and tanked off. But it happens.
That guy.
So I was like, oh, damn.
Dang.
Second one, Seiko SPB. I just watched it, and basically you calling it your grail, and it's just gorgeous watch. So I think that'd be one you definitely want to keep around for a while. And for me, it's definitely a upgrade over the SKX.
Okay.
And then 3, the Mega Speedmaster as well. Just because it's a Speedmaster. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me get mine up here. I can find it. Take that out. Okay, what do I got? Okay, so I think we've got some thinking along the same lines here. Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Speedy. This was actually one of the first videos I saw of Miguel's. I saw him doing his buying the Speedy. So like you did one video where you're talking about buying it, and then I think one where you bought it, but it was like there was a problem with the one you got and you had to send it back, and then you wound up with this one coming in a different one.
That's right.
And Speedmaster has always been like one of my kind of grails. Like the whole idea of the Moonwatch is so cool. So I was kind of following that saga of Miguel's. That's one of the things that got me sucked into his channel.
Nice.
So I know that's got to be. I'm guessing that's got to be in there for heirlooms. And then I've been seeing this one pop up a lot, and it's just such a cool, vintage-looking, just stylish dress watch. And I think for an heirloom and Milestone collection, I'm guessing this one's going to be in there. It's a Gerard Perregaux.
It's a Gerard Perregaux. It's a vintage Gerard Perregaux from the 60s.
But
that was one of my 5.
Yeah, it's cool to see so many. Like I was going through again, but you're getting so many great vintage pieces, and that's like an area of the hobby that I've just never gotten into.
That's scary.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool seeing those come in. So I got that one. And then, I'm going with the SPB also. Just awesome watch. I love that gray dial. Something about Seiko and their gray dials like that are just amazing. It's just such a cool watch.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to get that one in there too. Okay. So I'm not seeing any more suggestions from the chat. Looks like, we got about 4 main guesses. But, so let's go ahead and, Miguel, first off, if you can tell me how many of the chat got right. Were you keeping an eye on those?
Yeah. So there's one guy.
Just give me a number.
2, but they didn't guess all of them.
Okay.
Nobody guessed all of them.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll get. So the chat's gonna get 2 points. Then we're giving them, and then we'll see how many the rest of us got. So Miguel, do you have a screen share for us for those?
I have all 5 of them, so I just need to make sure that I don't reveal every single one of them.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. You can do it however you want.
Yeah, whatever you want, just present it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start with the first one? All right. So here we go. First one.
I need you to share your screen.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing it already. How do I?
There should be a button. Yeah, there you
go. Share screen. Okay, cool. Your entire screen, I guess, right?
There should be another tab to the right. You can actually select like specific thing, like specific application, specific window. Or you can do the entire screen if you want, but just hide stuff you don't want to do.
Collector is locking in a last-minute guess of the Bull of a Lunar Pilot.
Okay, am I sharing it now, guys?
Yes, but yeah. Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool. All right, so first one, here we go. If it opens up.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Did it open up? I don't know.
That's
the first one.
There we go. Okay, all right. So it's 1 point for all of us, right?
It's no
not me.
I mean, this is.
Oh, you didn't guess that one?
I thought to, but I thought it was a little too obvious.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you. Thank you for not guessing the obvious ones and leaving those to us.
This watch
Appreciate
for
it.
me has changed everything, to be honest with you guys. It's just like I wanted a Rolex Submariner so bad, and ever since I got this, it just that itch kind of went away. And this watch for me it's a do-it-all watch, to be honest with you. So yeah, can I tell you why I got it? I'm not
Sure.
gonna say anything else, but honestly, I got it as a milestone, and I've kind of looked at my channel and the podcast and all the guests we've had and everything, and I was like, you know what, I've sold off enough things. I think I should get something as a milestone to remind me of, like, not my success on YouTube and everything I've done, because I'm not like you guys at 30 or 20,000 or whatever, but whatever, it's a lot of work, it's been over 2 years of just dedication, and I'm like, this will remind me of that. So that's what I picked.
How many subs before you get the Rolex? Which one's that at? Is that going to be like at 5,000, 10,000?
It's not even the subs. It's more my wife. So talk to my wife. She's a boss.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, tell her, if I got 5,000 subs, can I get a Rolex? Maybe she'll go.
Just tell her Rolex sent it in and gave it to you.
There you go.
Yeah. The bank account's $10,000 shorter. But so second pick, let's see. I don't even remember what I got right here. Second pick. Oris.
Oh,
vintage.
there's one for Alton.
Yeah. So that's the Oris gift by my mom. On my birthday, she basically said, I know you like watches, so pick whatever you want. Here's your budget. And that's what I picked.
Great choice.
I just got it serviced. Can you guys see me here? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You're up.
I just put it on this
Don't
really
show us,
cool
because that means it's not on your wrist.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Hey.
Cross that one off.
But that's what I got. So that's pretty cool. That's special to me. And then only 3, right? You guys don't want all 5?
No, all 5.
No, show
No,
them
all
off.
5.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
all
guessed
5,
3,
oh.
but yeah.
Okay.
We guessed 3 of the 5.
Okay. Next up, my dad gave me that one. Buloba Railroad Approved. Incredible watch. Incredible watch. Yeah, so I picked one that my mom gave me, one that my dad gave me, one that I gave myself. Awesome watch. Obviously, you guys know the history of the U.S. and the relationship with Bulova and keeping for the railroad systems and all that. So super special. And one of the cool special things about this watch that I've talked about before is I don't necessarily have a great relationship with my dad, but we did meet up at a restaurant about 3 years ago now. And he was wearing this, and I noticed it, right? And I was like, what are you wearing, right? So he goes, it's a little Bulova. You want to check it out? Yeah. So I checked it out, and I told him a little bit about it. I'm like, what do you know about it? He's like, I don't know, nothing. I just got it, and that's all I know. So I told him the history, and then he told me something about the watch that was super special, right? So he was still married to my mom. It was the late 70s. And he went to a flea market here in Southern California, and he saw this watch all beat up, and it was in a little bin. He ended up buying it for $1, ended up repairing it, and he's had it in his collection since the 70s. So for him to give it to me, it was super special. I was like, oh, that's super cool. That is super
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's a cool story.
That's a great story.
Absolutely. And
that's the power of watches too, right? They have meaning
Right.
far beyond just metal and gears.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And of course, Omega, Speedmaster. I mean, classic. And for me, it was just different. This is really what inspired me to start my channel and kind of sharing my journey about what went wrong with the very first one that I got. It was a Speedmaster Reduce, the 3510, I believe, and it was horrible. It wasn't keeping time. I felt like I got ripped off, but luckily the guy returned my money, and then I started looking for a different one, and I found this one, the 3511. What's so special about this, and what really drew me in, is the fact that it's a JDM model, right? So it was sold in the 90s, and I'm like, man, in the 90s, I was a little kid, and I was really a big fan of Japan, right? With Dragon Ball and all that. So Japan was always kind of in my heart, and growing up and loving cars, JDM, Japanese domestic market with cars, has been a huge influence in my life. So I'm like, why not have a JDM Omega? That would be awesome. And this really changed my perspective on collecting and how I feel about different things. So that's another one in the collection. And then last one, let's see, I forgot what I got. Oh, okay, cool. Of course, the GP. This was given to me by my wife, Valentine's Day 2 years ago now. Again, she gave me a budget. She didn't know anything. And GP is such an undervalued Swiss brand, in my opinion. And you could pick these up relatively inexpensive, these vintage models. And in my opinion, it's just a matter of time before hopefully they start going up in value. And I don't really care because I'm not going to sell it, but I think they do deserve the kudos from the community and from the watch collecting society. So really cool watch, only 34 millimeters, but it fits like a glove. Every time I wear it with a suit, it just kind of empowers me, right? And it makes me think, this watch from the 60s, who was wearing this back in the days? Who would wear something like this? A CEO? I don't know, somebody, and it works like a charm, manual wind. So there you go.
Very
so
nice.
That's it, guys. And here's a picture of all 6, I guess.
Throw that up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I got this right, Alton, you got 2. Shane, you got 2.
2, yeah.
I got 3. So I picked the easy ones.
Oh, Dave got all of them right.
Yeah, I got 3 right.
Well done.
Let's go ahead and put that up. So, and then we're giving the chat 2 points too. So
cool.
Score so far after the first round. No, go ahead and leave it up for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, keep that one up. I'm gonna flash it up in a minute, but I think we're gonna go over to the quiz time now. So Shane, I believe, is going to.
So we're entering the second phase of the game, which is kind of just the quiz or the question phase, where we're going to ask about 5 questions, kind of about the collection, and then us 3 are going to guess, what the answer is going to be, as well as you guys join in, try to answer and guess which of the 5 watches is the answer. And then basically each of the correct answer is worth a point. And that just kind of adds into the total. So where'd Dave go?
He took off.
Right.
He's done with us. He's had enough.
All right. Well, he doesn't get to play the first part. So, he's getting a whiteboard. Okay. So let's just go ahead and do it. So out of the 5 watches, the first question would be, which one is your favorite? And don't answer yet till we take a guess on that.
Can you put the 5 watches up for this when we do this?
And
up,
chat.
right?
Yeah, I got him up.
Yeah, chat. Feel free to guess along
and start guessing along. And I'm gonna try and pick. So spam the chat, whichever one. Oh, Miguel, you got a guest here.
Yeah, my son is joining us.
All right.
Hey.
Special guest. Okay, so chat. You guys go ahead and spam which one you think is Miguel's favorite watch, and I'll pick the one that looks like is getting the most votes. So start getting those in. In the meantime, we'll get our guesses in.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get that going. Shane, okay. Miguel's favorite watch. Oh, that's tough. So yeah, when you're doing an heirloom and milestones collection, I feel like every single one of them has so much.
It's tough,
meaning.
right? Yeah.
Sentimental value.
Sure. Do I go with? See what the chat's saying over here. Ross is going with the P. Ross going with the STB.
Plus, it might depend on who's asking the question. If it's your wife or your dad or your mom, you might say something different.
Yeah, for sure.
Baller collection.
What?
Awesome
I just read the comments.
Not even close.
Justin EDC says baller collection. It all depends on where you're coming
a lot
from.
of votes for
And
the
how old is that
Omega
Oris?
coming through.
It's a 1960s.
Oh, very cool.
P. Ross says Seiko SPB.
Yeah, we got one vote for that. A couple Oris.
That horse is beautiful.
GP.
Honest watch reviews in the house.
This is tough, right?
Mhm.
Okay. What do we got? So we got chat. We got a couple votes for Omega coming through. 3 for Omega. 1, 2 for Oris, 2 for GP so far. So it looks like Omega is just edging out in the chat. If anybody else has any more guesses, we'll see. All right, but okay, let's go ahead and reveal our answers. So go ahead and let's see what everybody's guessing.
Psycho. We're all the same.
Yeah.
Can I stop sharing now so I can see you, gentlemen? Or
Yeah, okay. We all guessed the SPB. Chat is tied right now for SP. No, I think Omega's still up 1. Okay, yeah, we're going to lock the chat in for Omega. Okay, so chat is going to guess the Speedmaster. All 3 of us are going with the SPB. Miguel, what's the answer?
SPB, all day.
Yeah.
All right.
All day. All the other ones are special, but SPB, man.
I mean,
Look, the here's the thing, because the Omega Speedmaster's from the 90s and is vintage, I'm scared to wear it. So I just can't wear it.
Yeah.
And all the other watches, basically, I wear them rarely, and I'm very careful. But the SPB, man, I mean, it's a brand new watch. I get pretty much, I don't bang my watches, but it could do it all, you know. And I'm not scared to take it in the water or whatever, you know. So.
All right, we might finally beat the chat. So far, we've been getting
Maybe.
destroyed every episode.
Yeah.
But we've got a little bit of an edge here.
here's a little hint. Just go with whatever P. Ross says, because he knows
just
Miguel
keep
pretty
watching.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
P.
I'm just going to wait for what he says in the chat and then go with that.
yeah, that's the way to win. Yeah, he got it. It should be. Yeah, we should pull him in here, and he'd just destroy us all. Okay.
All right. So, second question. We'll go. What is the overall, estimated value of the entire collection? And we're going to play Price's Rights. Price's Rights. I can't speak today. Price's Right rules, where you gotta be under. If you go over, you're out.
God, this is gonna be tough with the vintage pieces. Can you show your your screen again, Miguel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the picture with all the watches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see.
And then
Share.
everybody on chat join in and kind of make your guesses as well.
Yeah, he did kind of give it away a little bit earlier on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, yes, you're right.
That's true. So we get a little hint there. So yeah, we'll bring the chat back in on that. So the limit was 4,000 that he initially said. He said after he recalculated, it was a bit over that. So so Miggy's lowballing it here. -$1. Okay, you guys watch a lot of Prices Right. Okay.
There you go.
All right, so. Just get it. There you go. So we're not seeing too many good guesses from the chat. You guys are really we got $25. Okay, so here we go. 5,000, 6,000, 2 votes for 5,000.
Horology Insanity. That guy's voice could lull you to sleep. Just a great voice. Gravelly.
And you got a new mic.
Oh, Ross is going low here. Okay.
What?
What did Ross say?
2,700. Justin EDC 5,700.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. So we're getting a lot of all over the place in the chat here. You guys I'm gonna go with round it out. Okay, so let's lock the chat in. Let's see what we got. 4K, 5,000.
37.
You guys are like, we're gonna pretty big range. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna lock you guys. Yeah, we'll just lock you guys in at 5,000. A lot of people saying 5,000 and around there. So let's go with 5,000 for the chat. I'm seeing that one fairly commonly.
Yeah,
around there. Okay, so chat's gonna go for 5,000, and let's go ahead and. So I gotta. What do I do? There we go. Okay. All right. Put our answers up. I'm gonna go with 51.99. 199. Okay.
I'm just banking on you guys going over.
That's what went 499.99.
Okay. All right. Chat's locked in at 5,000. All right. What do we got, Miguel?
I came up with 51. So.
Oh. Okay,
So-
so that's the chat.
What'd you
right?
guys say?
I went
Dave
over. I
You went
went
over.
51
Shane, did you go over?
49, 99, 99.
And the chat went.
Was that
You're-
5,000?
Chat
So
went
chat
one
gets it.
penny over you. Oh, they
So
crowded
Shane
you
wins.
No,
Well done.
chat wins.
out. No, chat.
Oh,
beat
Chad
you.
wins.
Chad wins.
I thought you said they went a penny over. Okay.
No, they went a penny over Shane, so they locked him out.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay.
I'm not even
Alright.
drinking tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me.
All right. So third question. Let's
Yes.
see. Out of the 5 watches, which brand would you say is your favorite? Not necessarily your favorite watch, but which brand would you say is your favorite?
And don't tell us. We have to guess.
Okay. Yeah. So again, chat. Go ahead and spam that. Miguel's favorite brand out of the 5 he showed. That's I'm gonna go.
That's a tough one.
I think I picked up some clues from what he said. Let's see what chat's going. Papa Gritch is saying Seiko. Oh, okay. So Ross says this is an easy one. Pete Ross says easy, but let's see what he's got.
Easy, but what is it?
Gonna
man?
get it wrong.
Timeless sneakers and watches also easy. Okay.
Hey, Ross,
guys.
check your DMs.
Let's see what you got here. Yeah. You got Seiko, Oris, Seiko. Timeless is saying Seiko.
Lots of psychos.
Yeah, a lot of Seikos. That's probably okay. Give it a couple more seconds for chat here. Probably Seiko, but I'm gonna say Omega. We've got a couple votes for Omega. Oris, one Oris vote in there. A couple of Oris, 2 Orises.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Seiko's slightly edging it out. Seeing most of those. Average Joe is saying Bolova.
Average Joe.
Welcome. Another Oris. Piros, Seiko.
Ah.
Easy, he says. Okay, there's the answer then. So.
I gotta change my answer.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's see what we
You're
got.
gonna go.
I'm gonna go with it
Okay.
anyway.
I'm gonna
Here we
Seiko.
go. What is it,
All
Miguel?
right.
I have 2. I have Vincero and Movement. They are fantastic watches. I'm just kidding.
Turning everything upside down.
Of course. Seiko.
Oh no, that's the
No.
wrist check.
That was
All
the
the way
next
on the
one.
wrist check.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I guess Seiko for the wrist check.
Change
showed you
watches.
guys- I
Change
showed
watches.
You guys the watches here. I showed you guys the watches that I had right here. So. Oh,
Okay,
man.
new one. Guess what watch Shane is wearing right now.
How about if I change
You won't be
the
able to
watch?
get it.
Okay, yeah, change. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, change your watch
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
give you like
Okay.
30 seconds here. I'm taking you out, so your screen's down. Go ahead and change your watch so no one can see.
I mean, what should we do? The wristwatch check for us?
Yeah, we'll do a
Yeah,
wristwatch check.
great idea.
And should we try
so
to
now
guess?
we know it's not the
Oh.
Seiko. It could be the Oris now, I guess. He could be switching to the Oris.
Yeah. Well, now that you said it. So,
Yeah. Who knows? Oh, okay. We don't know what he's doing over there. Okay.
so go ahead and do yours.
All right. So I've got a Certina on, and the reason is I'm getting ready to finally do the review of this. This is kind of a Certina dress watch sort of thing with 100 meters of water resistance sapphire crystal. Pretty cool watch. Been enjoying getting it back on the wrist.
Cool. What do you got on?
I am wearing my Alpina Star Timer.
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna wear. I was gonna wear my new Christopher Ward GMT. It is so nice, but I forgot to switch it out. But I do have this awesome strap here from Deluxe. Have you heard of that strap company? And it's very, very nice. Got my first couple straps from them. Very, very nice.
Where are they based out of?
I think it was Singapore or something. I'd have to go back and check.
Yeah, see. And I'm wearing, probably would never guess this, newer watch I picked up, Casio Oceanos.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
They're,
I've seen those.
yeah, hard to see without the light, but cool
That
little blue dial.
finishing is pretty nice there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
That
really
bracelet's
done.
nice.
It's titanium, right?
Not this one. This
Oh,
one's
this one's
steel.
Okay.
I think this is what the S2 T200. I think the S100 is titanium. I think, and most of the other ones are, but this one isn't. But it's got Bluetooth. It's wave or whatever. Wave. What do they call it? Casio call it? Where they pick up the atomic signal. Can't remember, but basically it's got all the goodies.
Multi-band 6.
Yeah, multi-band. Yeah.
Wave
Multi-band,
Scepter. I think
Bluetooth.
Casio calls it a Wave Scepter on a lot of their models.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I think we're gonna bring Miguel back in here. So don't show us yet. We still got to guess.
Okay, sorry
so-
guys. I ruined everything. I just got to keep it interesting for you guys. Yeah?
It's all right, dude.
Yeah, I said Oceanus is a lesser expensive Grand Seiko. It's the finishing is really amazing for like I think it was $400. That's one of the downsides I think with the everything that's going on in the world. I think before COVID kind of hit, the prices were relatively down and easier to get in the country, and then now I think they're up like $50-$100 from what they were like 2 years ago. Anyway, so
Okay, next
what do we got?
question. Yeah, what's the next question?
Well, we were guessing what he's on his wrist.
Okay. All right, so
You got it ready,
so
Tim?
guys, we're gonna guess. Chat, go ahead and start spamming now. What is Miguel now wearing? He could have not changed. It's possible he's thrown another
Take this
curveball, pretended
Yeah.
to change, and kept it on. So
For sure.
everything's on table. Miguel, can you show those 5 watches again? So I can just keep that one open if it's not too much trouble, because I'll flash that up every once in a while.
He just can't see
well, he
you
can't
when
see
he
it
puts
'cause
it
it's
up.
sharing.
That's why I
entire
keep
screen.
taking it off because I
okay,
can't see
yeah.
you guys. But I'll share the screen one more
Yeah,
time.
go ahead and share one more
see.
time here. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Put you up there. Me down here. Okay. So we're gonna guess, and then chat. Go ahead and get those guesses out there. Still not saying. Okay, so we got some coming in. Papa Gritch thinks he's gonna pull a fast one. Keep the Seiko on. Oris.
Tag. Do we have a tag?
Aqua Racer. That would be a curveball. Okay.
Went and grabbed something that wasn't there. Or he's not wearing anything at all.
Oris.
That could be.
Another vote for the GP. Oh, Oris Aquas. What?
He's bluffing.
Yeah. Yeah. See now they're on you now, Miguel. You got it. You got them so confused. They're just going all over the place. Look at this.
I'm sorry, guys.
Young Han.
Young Hams. That's that AliExpress version, isn't it?
Another vote for the GP.
Man, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that is actually a good yelling name.
I gotta find somebody overseas and
Yeah,
start
how
this
hard
Young
can it be,
Hams
right?
knockoff.
Okay, we got a lot of votes for GP, so I'm gonna lock the chat in for GP. Look, there you go. Longines Hydro Conquest. Who knows what he's doing now? Okay, all right. So chat is gonna be locked in for the GP,
All right.
which
So
is
everybody show
also let's see what we got.
Mm-mm.
Speedmaster GP. All right, let's see it. Let's see it, Miguel.
What is it,
Oh,
buddy?
now I can show it?
Now
Now you can show it.
Now you can show it.
Okay. There you go.
Ah,
Is that
there
the
it is.
Oris.
Okay.
There's the
Oris.
Oris.
I'm sorry. There
So
you go.
but nobody guessed Oris, right? We locked chat in for GP.
There's Oris.
Looks good on that
Oh, you got
bracelet.
us. Okay.
It looks good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was seeing on leather, but that looks great on.
All right. No
bracelet.
points for anybody on that one.
All right.
Mm.
All right.
Let's just do one more question because I think you should do like 5.
Yeah, that sounds
Um,
fine. Yeah, let's do another one.
So, throw a completely random one. If you had to get rid of one watch, you had to give it away, say, world peace depended on it or something, which of the 5 watches would it be?
Okay. Chat spamming the answers out of Miguel's 5 watches that he presented. Which one would he get rid of if he had to? So let's see what you guys get. Go ahead and guess that. Okay,
I know my answer.
that's a tough one.
And out of these, right? Not
Out of these 5,
I
yeah.
know
Yeah, out of
average
these
should
5.
have said how
Not
much
the
I
Invicta
feel.
you got behind you. or
Yeah,
something.
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Hydro Conquest and the Young Homs are out. You don't guess those. guys. Okay, so we've got, let's see, so we've got a lot of guesses coming right in for the Seiko. People saying it's probably you and not the GP. Okay, Seiko. 4600. I'm not sure what that one is. GP, Seiko. Am I in the right?
People are just messing with you guys now.
Now I'm really confused.
You can always get a
This is
Seiko.
live. Yeah, okay, Seiko, yeah. Okay, honest watch review saying the Oris, but yeah, it looks like Seiko's the overwhelming front. So we're gonna lock the chat in for Seiko. Okay. All right. What do you guys got?
Yeah. Speedmaster. Seiko. Mostly because, like Alton said, you can always get another one if you need to, while the others have probably sentimental value.
Okay, which one is it, Miguel?
All right, here you go.
Speed.
Is that the Speedy? All
okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I had a feeling.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the watch. I just don't wear it, and I've actually thought about it, right? Because I'm like, why do I have money just sitting there, right? If I could allocate it somewhere else,
Kind of what I was thinking, right? You know, that because that's one of the highest priced watches in your collection, and if you don't really wear
for
it,
sure.
right, swap it out to something you're gonna wear.
Miguel, would you in fact give up your arm before you got rid of the Seiko? That's what Timeless Sneakers and Watches is saying.
Not the Seiko, baby. I would give up something else. Not the Seiko.
Oh, there you go. We're already getting some offers here, Miguel.
Miggy D87 wants to make a sale. Yeah.
Look, this was hypothetically I need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I need to get rid
Everything
of it.
here is hypothetical.
Consider
Right.
it as
Of course, hypothetical. Yeah, we'll
For
have
the
you on
right
in a month.
price.
for the right price. But I gotta say this. These guys are getting harder and harder to find, and the value now. When I went to Chrono 24 right now, I almost fell
He's
out of my
selling it
job.
already,
Here's the
guys.
sales-
Come on.
the sales
Look,
are
I
coming in
gotta tell
already.
you, I've got 3 other people interested in this.
box and papers, inner box, outer box, warranty card, original bracelet.
That's awesome. That's
Just
awesome.
service
It works.
when I bought it.
It's like
2 years ago.
you're being met with a pretty hard
Send them
negotiator
messages.
here, Miguel. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
$1.
This patina looks nice. That tritium, baby. I'm telling you.
Okay, so let's check in with the score here and see what we got.
Okay.
So
Who's
if I'm
winning and-
keeping track of this
More
right,
importantly, who's losing?
yeah. I think let me update the scorecard here. And I believe after this we're going to go into kind of a collection review.
Evaluation,
where
yeah.
we'll talk through his 5 watches. But let me get the chat updated. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong because I have me winning here. But if you guys have been keeping track, I think this is my count. I've got me up with 5 points and everybody else tied at 3. Does that sound fair?
Sounds about right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right now.
More or less.
I'm off to an early lead at this phase of the game. You guys can still catch me at the collection conundrum part where we're going to offer the trade if we get that one
Good
wrong.
point.
Yeah, I guess we're always changing the value of that one, right? We said 2 originally, but now it's like, oh well, now we want to
Add it in
fighting
or do a
chance.
tiebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah. We still have a couple-
Well, if we do,
Yeah.
well, if one of us gets it, we do have to do a tiebreaker.
Yeah. So
It'll be
Miguel, be
5-5.
thinking of kind of a tiebreaker question if you can.
Oh man.
In case
All right.
there's a
Yeah.
tie, try and come up with a tiebreaker question.
Okay.
That, we could get. We might put you on the spot. We'll see. What are we doing?
So what we want to do next, Dave, is we want to evaluate the collection a little bit. We're going to talk about what we like about it, maybe something we would change about it. And I was wondering if maybe we could start with Shane. What do you like about this collection, Shane?
It's unique. It's not something you see every day. I mean, a lot of people do have Speedmasters, but not a JDM Speedmaster, and that's a very interesting part of it. But I mean, everything has got a lot of sentimental value, a lot of very interesting vintage pieces. I mean, like that Oris. I mean, I've been interested in Oris for a while, but I've seen like a '60s one that just looked really cool. But yeah, it's
Dave?
a lot of very unique pieces.
Yeah, Miguel, can you go ahead and throw that up on screen one more time?
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. There you go.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we put up. Yeah, if we're talking about things I like about the collection, yeah, so you've got basically 4 vintage pieces and 1 awesome kind of modern inspired or vintage inspired modern piece.
Yeah, I guess
which
so.
is,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, which is so cool. So yeah, you definitely got a cool eye for vintage. And again, with me not having any experience with vintage pieces, this is really kind of a treat to see these and to kind of get this angle on the collection. I mean, I think you've kind of touched on this already. The thing that would concern me the most is just I would be kind of afraid to wear a lot of these pieces, and that's one of the reasons I've kind of stayed away from vintage. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if I could have gotten like a good deal on a vintage piece, I wouldn't be too
upset wearing it, but yeah. Anyways, really cool piece. Yeah, a lot of interesting kind of heritage. Yeah, a lot of good mixture of sort of tool watches and watches with history and heritage and dressy pieces. It's a really well-rounded 5-piece collection there.
Yeah. The one thing that might be missing now that I'm looking at it, color. You got black and you got white.
I don't like color.
You don't like color? Okay.
I don't like color. Anything in my collection that's like blue or red, or I just
There's some red accents on the
Oris
and the Oris.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, let me show you guys. This is not part of the collection, right? But let me show you guys this vintage diver Chateau.
I almost picked that one.
Check that out.
That's I really like that one. That's cool.
Yeah, so that wasn't part of these. But really cool watch. You guys want to know how much I picked this up on eBay for? And it's fully functional, manual wind, tritium, everything works on it.
I watched this episode. I remember it was a heck of a deal, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what do you got?
$35.
Oh, damn!
Wow.
You got to check eBay, baby. And then I forget the word, but I'm affiliated with Strapsco, so this strap was free by them. So basically, $35 on a free, this cool little strap. So there's deals out there, guys. You just got to.
You get most of your vintage pieces off eBay, or
everything, pretty much everything. Even the Speedmaster. So yeah.
And the original Speedmaster you had to send back.
Everything, yeah. But it was good, though. I mean, eBay's really good about not to the sellers, but to the buyers. They always got your back. So, yeah, but not to the seller.
Supposedly they introduced a new policy. What is it like? If it's the watch is over $1,000, they send it to somebody to verify.
I wish that was in place when I got this one. But I trusted them. I actually got this, obviously, straight from Japan. It was a store. It wasn't an individual. Okay. And I set the story before then in order to communicate with them because it was such a large sum of money for me. I actually got them on the phone on my wife's phone, and on my phone I had Google Translate speaking English into Japanese, and then vice versa. And I was like trying to figure out what I was doing.
Yeah, call Dave next time.
Well, I didn't know Dave. I wasn't on YouTube, so.
I like what Pete's Garage says. He says, I like how your collection is watches you like, not a bunch of watches that you're supposed to like.
Yeah,
right.
That's good.
Exactly. And I've actually been criticized by a few people because if you call this thing a moon watch, how dare you? This is this is an automatic watch and this is not the professional. And it's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Great. Good for you.
I like your collection because the stories behind it, for one thing. Each piece is meaningful. I also like you've got American, you've got Japanese, you've got Swiss. What GP is that Swiss as well?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so maybe you need to venture into the German territory here in this collection.
I wish.
Yeah. That's next on my list. Young Hands. Listen, I've got a deal for you. $6.99 on AliExpress, $44 shipping. You'll get your Young Hams within 3 months.
Yeah, maybe you can partner with Ben.
The Kickstarter will be happening next month for Young Hams.
You heard it here first.
Competing with his spaghetti watch.
Oh yeah.
So to the three hosts, myself included, if you could take one of these watches home, if he was going to gift you one of these, which one would you take home with you?
Oris, they might pick you. That much thought.
I'd have a hard time picking between the Oris, the Speedy, and the Seiko. But I'd probably be between the Oris and the Seiko, the SPD.
Great picks.
I'd go for the Oris myself. I have always loved that model. To see the vintage version, that sub-seconds hand is so cool. It's a little chunkier than the more modern versions. Like the font and everything looks a little beefier, which is kind of nice. I like it.
I love the train track chaptering that's around the sub-second hand. It just looks really cool.
When to let you know, this is a 36 millimeter watch. So maybe in the picture it looks a little bit because it's kind of zoomed in. But
is it really?
I have a 6 and 7/8 inch wrist. It's tiny. My wife wears this all the time, and it looks perfect on her wrist. So
that looks good on you too.
Do you have a problem with your wife stealing your smaller watches?
No, so I actually force her to wear my watches.
Okay.
She doesn't like to, and when she wears my watches, I asked her. I said, "Well, why don't you like wearing my watch?" She's like, "Number one, I can't read them, and I like my Apple Watch. Number two, I'm scared that I'm gonna mess them up, and I know how picky you are, so I'd rather not borrow them." So she'll wear them for like a video, right? So I'm gonna do some B-roll or something. She'll wear it. We actually got her a watch. Aries Gold sponsored one of my upcoming videos. They sent her a free watch, like a girl's watch or whatever, and Straps go send in some free straps. So we got a partnership going on, so we need to deliver a video for them, and they're excited to see the outcome. So we're working on something for that. So
Cool.
Right. So, guys, if you could take one out of this collection, which is really hard to do because each of them are so meaningful, but if you had to, and put another watch in, what would it be?
So we're talking, and I think part of the rule is that you want to try and keep it in the same value roughly. So you can't like take out watch and throw in a Sky Dweller or something like that.
why not? I'm just kidding. Give me a 5711.
That's a tough one. I mean, for
what-
me, I would probably say the GP, just because I don't necessarily like that clean white dials for me personally. But I'm not sure what I'd swap it with. That would be the question.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I might. Again, going back to the idea that you don't wear the Speedmaster that much, that would be the one that I'd be targeting first.
Okay.
And the question is what you would replace it with, because I would love to see like another chronograph back in. I think it's tough. That's such an iconic chronograph. It's like what would you replace that with if you're going to go? You know, you managed to get a decent deal off eBay going vintage, and so again, it's like that's an area I'm not too up with, so I don't know exactly what you.
Maybe one of the very
swap
first
it in with.
automatic chronos, like what were the first automatic? There's like a 4 or 5. I don't remember the story, but there was like a few of them that were like the very, very first automatic chronographs.
Yeah, was it Zenith and Tag both working? on
Yeah,
that?
and then
I mean,
like
Seiko was
Seiko did their own. There's like 3
maybe
people that
maybe
came out
an
at the
early-
same time. I know, like
Well,
Hamilton
Primero,
Chronomatic
Classic,
was kind of an early
Yeah.
one. Tag, I
What's-
think, had theirs.
What's the approximate value of the Omega?
I could tell you that, or
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
because we already did.
Careful, you got some bargaining going on with Miggy here. You might not
Oh,
want to
yeah.
let that one go.
If you want to
Well,
bring that
I
up.
looked it up, and they're going for about 23.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I kind of like what Horology Insanity says. The take out the Omega, replace it with Sin 104. The Zen is a
be a
watch
good
that
one.
you could wear with no issue at all.
Yeah,
You know,
That's true.
that would round out the German section of it.
and exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, or go back. Somebody just said something about a G-Shock and the Cassie Oak. But yeah, maybe replace the GP with like a true
Yeah.
beater watch that you just don't really care what happens to
I
it.
mean,
Honest
like,
watch reviews.
5600.
Swap it for
There you
young
go. I got
hands.
one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, now curious here. So that Bulova, was that before the Citizen buyout, back when they were still an American company?
You know, that's
Probably
a good question,
was,
and I
right?
think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
This
so
is
that
1960s,
that makes
late
it even
60s.
cooler for me because I'm
Yeah.
an American. And sorry,
Really?
Alton, this doesn't concern you, but for us Americans here,
Okay, we'll take out the GP and put in a marathon watch. Get Canada represented.
come on. Man. Yeah, at least you have companies that are still making watches in Canada. You know, they're kind of
That's
running
true.
out over here.
Yeah.
They're assembling them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Momentum, right? They do some of their assembly in Canada. They're kind of like
Yep.
North America and Canada.
There's a half dozen companies. Some of them are a lot smaller. You wouldn't know.
Yeah. Although there are a few watches now that are I've seen on coming out with the AmeriQuartz movement. But I think the AmeriQuartz movement is
Yeah.
assembled in. I don't know if it's truly made in the USA, but I think they're assembling it in Arizona, and then the watch is assembled here. So that's at least something. I think Vare's
got
got
my-
one. And
I don't know if you
Two
guys
chicken
know or have heard of DM Tiffany. So my friend Darren here in Arizona, he makes everything from scratch except for the movement. So it's
Yeah.
not really an American watch, but he produces the case, the bracelet, the pretty much everything in his garage. Awesome guy. So
oh wow,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good segue here. Timeless sneakers. And watches.
What do you say? I can't see because I'm sharing this thing with you.
Yeah, it said sell everything except the Seiko, then get your Grail. It's kind of where we're going here.
Okay. No
Can we
comments. I don't want to.
Can we let Miguel stop screen sharing so he can see us?
Yeah,
Comments?
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Alrighty. Thanks, Alton. All right. Oh, dang, that's a lot of comments.
Yeah, P-Ross giving you a plug there.
Oh, P. Ross is still there.
Don't forget to check it. Talk about sales.
Aquaterra.
Oh man, we got it. We got to plug in our podcast.
I had such a fun time on that podcast. It was a great time.
Okay, so I think we're moving into the collection
round.
swap final round. Shane,
The
you wanna
trade-off,
introduce
the
that?
collection conundrum, whatever we actually wind up calling it.
Whatever we're gonna
Okay,
call
so
it.
this is the final round, and as I said, this usually kind of decides the game, or winds up going into a tie, maybe in this effect. The basic premise is that behind the scenes, the three of us have picked a particular watch, and we will theoretically offer it as kind of a trade for the entire 5-watch collection. And then you guys at home make suggestions at will, and then Miguel will pick between ours or maybe yours, and whoever gets it, so to speak, gets 2 points and potentially the game.
Yeah,
So
so
why
I think
don't
the
we
way we'll do this, we'll show our three, and if you don't like any of our three, Miguel, then you can bump over to the chat and see what they're offering you over there. You
Okay.
can get a better deal. But
Well, some
consider
people are going to
ours-
cheat here because you got Omar from Timeless Sneakers and Watches and P. Ross. I talk to these guys almost
I know,
every day,
yeah,
so they're probably
give
going to cheat.
us a shot here.
They're gonna
Yeah.
cheat.
I'm
That's
gonna
all
go
right.
can I kick them out of the stream right now? Is there a way to do that?
We can just ignore their.
No, so we're not going to highlight theirs.
All right. So Alton, why don't you go first with what you got?
Yeah, there's just one problem with that. I forgot about this part.
Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't see that in your slides that you sent over.
And it's kind of like the biggest part. So maybe the
Go
two of
ahead.
you could go first, and I'll sit here and think
You'll
about
scramble.
it.
Yeah, pop open a web page window, and you can just show whatever you find on the screen.
That works.
And yeah, share that when you get to your part. So
All right, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
frantically researching right now.
Yeah. So we'll just drag it out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll put mine up. Let's see what
Yeah.
I got. I can't be too hard on them because I was literally picking mine about like 2 minutes before this was set up. But I did get it done before the show started.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was a responsible one. I did it
Okay.
2 hours before.
yeah, okay.
Wow. So you guys are going to present something that I'm going to give up the whole entire collection
Yeah.
Right.
for.
So
this.
here's
And the
here's
max
kind of
value,
my offer.
and it can't
This
go
is
over
not
the
for
max
real.
value.
I don't actually have this. I can't do this. But hypothetically, would you trade your entire collection? Oh, that did broken. Okay, hang on, let me put this back. Would you trade your entire collection for? Okay, so I get this. Come on,
Nothing.
suspense.
Oh, there it goes.
All right, just gonna throw an Omega Seamaster. Yeah, this one valued at about 3,900, so right up towards the limit. Classic watch, good dive watch, good all around, everything. I think for the money, it's a great option. But there's my offer. I'm gonna go with that. This is the 42mm case version.
Do I have to give you an answer? Or?
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
You
Wait till the end.
wait and see what else we're offering. So this is mine.
Let
Shane's
me
got
write it
something
down.
different for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Share my thingy.
We'll put Shane up. Here's
All right.
Shane's.
So I actually wound up picking. Well, I was kind of going between two different ones. One of more of a safer bet, which I was thinking of Tudor Black Bay.
Okay, good one.
But I think ran across this, and I thought it was just really cool, very kind
Ooh.
of vintage, very different. Although since you said you don't like color, that might hurt this. But
Green and gold
Long
there.
Beans Legend Diver. I think it's relatively new, just kind of compressor style diver. Just
Right.
I think it's a really cool looking handset, very different. A little bit of an Oris vibe to it. So yeah,
I'm not looking. I'm in trouble.
with a really nice 72-hour power reserve. And yeah, just kind of a really cool, something different.
Okay.
Okay, I've got something.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've never done the share screen before, so I'm learning now. All right.
Look. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I
times-
probably was, but
Am I sharing?
not yet.
Sure.
I don't see it yet.
All right.
Oh wait, I got something coming. Okay, you ready? Here you go. Okay, here's Alton. Okay.
Oh, I gotta go back. Okay. Well, can you see it?
You can find
Yeah.
one of those for
Speedmaster.
$4,000?
Yeah, like a super crazy closing out sale. Guys, I had 30 seconds. Come on.
I mean, that was one of the things I was thinking, but I was like, oh, I can't find one for that price.
Nobody will ever bug you about not having a real moon watch. Okay.
Should have pulled up the Snoopy version.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it worth more or less if it's Snoopy?
I think it's more. But
Yeah. So
Depends
there
who
you
drives
go.
it.
There you go. So you have to pick if,
Yeah.
and now I know you
Or
would never,
what is the
you would never
audience?
trade. Oh yeah, the audience. Get the audience in
Yeah,
here.
don't forget the audience.
So, yeah, audience
All right.
is.
You can close
We
me
got
down now, Dave.
Horology Insanity is guessing a Grand Seiko he's offering you, it looks like. Yeah, Timeless and Ross are they're
Can
trying
you
to
find
hold
the
back
Grand
a bit.
Seiko for under $4,000?
Maybe like a 9F quartz.
Maybe, because that was one of my things I was thinking about too, but I couldn't find one that was the right price.
Another vote for Grand Seiko. Yeah. See, I had to make my guess before we had all this information from Miguel on the show. Unlike Alton and the chat, who had the advantage of hearing everything first.
Yeah, you're winning. Don't mind too much.
Yeah, there you go.
I know, but I feel like I'm about to lose, so I gotta hedge my bets here. Okay. Yeah. So I'm still not seeing a lot of offers from the chat. Grand
Chelsea,
Seiko
or
so
so.
far the only thing that people are giving. Let's see. You got an F91W. Throw that in there.
Okay.
Yeah, can you get that for $4,000 birth year sub? We're setting a $4,000 limit. It's supposed to be the limit on these guys. You can't be more than $4,000. So if you can find that. Yeah. Well. Okay. All right. So Miguel, taking a look at our three offers first. What do you think of them?
There's
Let's
one
see.
that really kind of speaks to me that I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued by that one. Can I say who it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It was Shane, but it was your first.
The black bag.
Yeah, the black.
The
bait.
safer choice. Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that one. I don't love it, but I like it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
You've got to pick one. You've got to pick.
You have to pick.
I'll pick
Yeah,
that
you
one.
have to pick something.
I'll pick
Well,
that
it can't
one.
be the
Well, that
black
one
bag,
really
'cause he
wasn't
didn't offer it.
Shane was
No,
going
it's gotta be
to, but he didn't.
Yeah, that one
about
doesn't
it.
count. He only gets one
Yeah.
pick, and he picked
Oh
the.
man.
And you can
You
pick from the
get
comments
a
too.
couple of comments to throw it out.
Ball
You got
engineer.
a ball engineer. Yeah, you've got just a random Grand Seiko that can be found for $4,000.
That'd be kind of hard. Yeah,
Yeah, Seiko
Milgauss,
slightly
you might
misspelled,
be able to
but
find
it's
a
still grand.
Milgauss for $4,000.
can't get a Milgauss for that much.
Kind of tough now. Yeah, so
Now, Alton, that Speedmat, that was the automatic version, right? Or was it a professional?
It was
wasn't sure.
Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional. Loved on
Okay.
Earth and beyond.
Is it a sandwiched with the case pack?
It's a sapphire sandwich,
I'll take that one.
and it's $4,000. I mean, it's just a great deal.
I'll take that one.
Hey, this is what
all
happens when
right,
you
so that
cheat,
puts
dudes.
all right, that puts Alton up tied with me then. All right,
Nomos are nice, but I wouldn't give up my collection for that.
Yeah, so we
Mr.
got a,
Honest Watch Reese.
White Glove Watches. We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace
you,
out.
sir.
Yeah, so that puts me and Alton tied. So we got to come up with a tiebreaker then, right?
I don't think I should get the point because there's no way you can find that for $4,000. Yeah, no way. You
So
don't need a
that's the
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. Okay, we're gonna give Alton 4.5 points then.
How about you split it? 1 point for him, 1 point for me, because I had that black bay. At least showed it.
Okay, yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah.
There you go.
But that's still well. I guess that means you win.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll give you guys each 4.5 points. But the key thing is we all beat the chat today.
Yeah.
That's the
Nice.
most
Suck it,
important
chat.
thing. Chat only got 3 points. Finally, we finally came out ahead. But yeah, and so I think typically what we try and do for the prize of the show, have we prepared anything? Or are we going to let put ourselves into Miguel's hands here?
Yeah. Although
So-
technically, there's still a tie between Alton and I, so we might need a tiebreaker to see who loses.
I think you guys both lose. I'm fine with that.
Calling us both losers.
All right.
Thanks.
So the way
Wow.
that what we've done in the past for the losers, plural, of the show. So Miguel, you as the guest, we're gonna let you create a
Punishment.
punishment. So you can create
Embarrassment.
an image that they're gonna have to share on their Instagram. So it can be a meme or a watch to post. Try and keep it PG, but
An ad for Socal Watch Reviews.
an ad for Socal Watch Reviews, ad for the podcast. You know, you get some ad space on their Instagram
Or
account.
LED lighting.
LED lamp.
Oh man.
So,
we'll do that in the DMs, right? I'll
yeah,
create
so
a-
do that in the
Yeah.
DM afterwards. Shoot
Okay,
over
cool.
to me, and yeah, if you guys are curious what they're going to be posting, make sure you follow Alton and Shane on Instagram, and all of it.
Yeah,
So
it
now-
should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to wrap up the show part of the show for today. But we'll stick around for a couple minutes. If anybody has some questions you guys want to shout out, go and throw some questions in the chat. Throw some questions in the chat. We'll do a quick
Just
Q&A
quick
if you have
Q&A.
anything to ask Miguel. I think we've got maybe 10, 15 more minutes we can do this for. But
Yeah.
other than that, that's going to wrap up the actual show for today. So thank you guys for tuning in. But yeah, let's stick around for a quick Q&A. Let's see
This
what's
was fun.
going on.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, this is
joining us.
it's great having
Sorry for
an actual
screwing
guest
it up.
this time. Yeah, I think it's
What
more
was the
fun
guinea
that
pig?
way.
So now you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
Now
got
we
some
know
kinks to
next
work
time.
out.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a complicated show anyways. I think it's hard to get everybody on the same page.
So, any questions? Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah, we got anything going in
going
there?
once, going twice.
About pretty much anything. Watches, our shows, life. I don't know.
Rick Rude has a question, but I don't think I want to answer it.
So Omar is he asking me because he already knows. Obviously, it's the Rolex birth years. It's like I'm done. Like I could trade that in and be done with it. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. Those were great watches. It all lives here, and I could give this to my son.
Okay, let's throw time stickers and watches. Yeah, which watch you trade your whole collection for? So Miguel's saying, yeah, each of us though. Yeah, Miguel would trade for the Rolex birth year sub. Yeah, I guess it's kind of going towards Grail watches. Recently,
Yeah.
I've been drifting towards a Sky Dweller. I really like the look of that.
Oh,
I don't think my collection is nearly worth that value. So
No.
it'd be hard to find someone who would trade it for me.
Off the top of my head, I'd probably say like a Milgauss.
cool.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, maybe I
A
could
vintage
get-
one though, or newer one? The ones with the
probably-
rotating bezel.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But that's kind of one of the few Rolexes I actually really, really do like.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, getting into more realistic territory, I might go for an Aqua Terra GMT. Kind of been liking those.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's conceivable.
Alton, what about you? A little quiet there, buddy.
I don't know if I would trade my whole collection for one watch. I like each one for what they are, but a lot of them are $1,000 or under, so I could buy them back. Maybe the one that would tempt me would be a classic Rolex Explorer 369. Just
Very
love that watch.
Very nice.
All right, Honest
been
Watch
neat
Reviews
enough.
going deep. And we got 2 pastors in the group, so this should be interesting.
Oh man. Do we all have to answer the questions?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Hold on.
Rock, paper, scissors. All right, Shane, meaning of life. 42, of course. Yeah. Should have seen that one coming.
Somebody had to say it.
See if anybody in the chat gets the reference.
Somebody's got to get it.
Alden's already put his answer up there. Yeah.
Gotta agree with you, Alton.
Amen, Alton.
Yep. Gotta agree there. There you go. Done.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the phrasing on it, but yeah, what was the Westminster Confession or Catechism? Yeah, it's good. I'm blanking out now. Something about to glorify God in everything that you do and to enjoy Him to the fullest.
Enjoy Him forever.
Yeah, enjoy Him forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely go with that. As fun as watch collecting is and all of that, there's definitely more important things. And
100%.
I think it all comes down to knowing the God that created us. And as a Christian, I believe that's only possible through His Son, Jesus Christ. So I'm going to stick on that. We could get deep into religion here for a while, but that's right.
But let's not.
Yeah. Save that for another stream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. John Buckmaster says, asking Dave, you were on the fence about the Khaki King. Are you still there? Or is it won you over?
I still have the Khaki King. It's been sitting in the box. I've pulled it out to show straps off and things like that. But it's one I'm probably going to wind up selling so I can get something else. I picked up a new Hamilton. I've got a Jazzmaster GMT that I like.
Nice.
I like that better than the Khaki King, so I'll probably be sitting on that one for a while, and that'll be my Hamilton. But probably sticking with that.
I have a few Hamiltons, but the Khaki King never resonated with me.
Yeah, I liked it. I like it a lot, but yeah, it just didn't quite click when I actually got it on.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you think about the champagne one that I have, because it's still one of my favorites.
Yeah. I went with the black dial one.
It's just different.
Yeah. On another question from Honest Watch Reviews: how many watches is too many, and how many do you all have in your collections roughly? Miguel, been quiet there. How many is too many? And how many you got? Confession time. Is your wife watching right now? Is the big question.
Yeah.
No. I got about 20, a little over 20. But yeah, I've been thinking that myself, and maybe what's too much, maybe 20. To be honest with you, it's like there's so many that I just don't ever wear, but I just don't sell off because they're too special to me and it doesn't make any sense. It just makes me happy opening the box and like, you're there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe no more than 10. But yeah, that's just me. No more than 10. But I've actually been thinking and talking to my friends about consolidating the collection and probably getting something more expensive or more high end and just kind of consolidating to that, But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you all? How many's too many? And confession, how many do you got?
You know what? I have to take another count. I was getting up towards 30. I sold 5 or 6, and then I bought 3. But I bought 2 really nice ones that I've been wanting, and then a G-Shock that doesn't really count.
G-Shock doesn't count.
No, $150, whatever. It was the clear Casio. Just was a lot of fun. I had to buy it. And then, did you see NASA? They're doing another NASA Square, so I'm hoping to get one of those. But I think it's U.S. only. But we'll see if my Canadian guy can hook me up. You know what? I've got a box behind me of 10 and then another box with 6. And I think if I kept those kind of filled, that would be a good amount for me. 16.
Okay. See, I don't even know how many I have, to be honest with you at this point. And for me, it's kind of... I need to sort of differentiate maybe at some point thinking about it, because like I have stuff for the channel and then maybe stuff for my own personal collection, because there's some stuff that I haven't worn in a while but I keep around just kind of for the channel's sake, to be able to compare it to later on, or just as kind of a reference if I'm trying to make a judgment call on something. Too many watches is what I probably have right now when you run out of room in boxes and they're just kind of like laying multiple ones on my desk just because I'm not sure where to put them. If I had to make a guess right now, and that includes channel watches, probably close to 60, 70 maybe right now. I need to definitely get some out, but just too busy making videos, basically. I mean, that's kind of part of the problem.
I think in the house right now, I probably have, I don't know, probably about 40, I would guess, in the house. I need to move some of them off. But yeah, a lot of those are ones that came in for review. Like ones that I would consider part of my collection is probably pushing about 20, maybe half of those. But like my ideal has always been like maybe 12. I would like the collection to be down to 12. But yeah, I think it's tough right now because a lot of the watches I hold on to because I'm running the channel, so I need to have stuff to compare or to show off and other things or to do strap stuff. Or there are things from brands that are sending in watches frequently, so I might want to compare the older model to the new one or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of holding on to those for those reasons. If I ever got out of the YouTube game and just had my own watch collection, I think I would try and get it down to about 12. Is what I would shoot for.
Yeah, I'd probably like 12 or 20 if I ever did that.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Papa Gritch, you guys excited for any watches in 2021? I don't keep up with the new releases at all, so I have no idea what's even coming out in 2021. I just watch YouTube and see what else everyone else is doing. Anyone else got their eye on
kind of the same.
I like the new Tudor. The new chronograph is pretty cool with the Breitling movement.
I did see that.
Yeah, just going to say that.
Awesome.
That looks really nice. Yeah, I'm not excited about it because I'll never buy it. But yeah, definitely attention grabbing.
It's not bad. I mean, if you really think about it, it's like 3,000 something as opposed to what a Daytona would cost. So I'm not comparing the Daytona and that one, but great value proposition from what I can see, and from a brand with a lot of heritage, and that really is the sister company of Rolex. So yeah,
You're good at sales.
Oh, thank you. I'll go for the Panda or reverse Panda. Either or, give it to me. I'll take it.
Yeah. Panda's always good.
Okay, I think we'll take one more question if you guys got anything, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I haven't seen too many running in, but if anyone's got a last question you want to ask in the chat, go ahead and throw that in, and we'll talk about it. But other than that, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for jumping on with us today, Miguel.
Thank you. I appreciate
Our first real guest. Yeah.
Yay.
I know, first real guest.
Yeah.
Before each of us were the guests, we were kind of pretending to be guests.
Taking turns.
Yeah.
Yep. Learning the ropes. We haven't learned anything, but
Yeah. So we're trying
We'll
to
get there eventually.
trying to line up some other YouTubers for future shows, but Miguel will always be our first guest.
Thank you.
So,
Means a lot. Means a lot. And you gentlemen, obviously, we have had Alton and Dave on the podcast.
Yeah.
And Shane, you're invited as well. We definitely
Shane is
want to
now lined up, going to be on
lined
there.
up. Absolutely. We got to support each other. That's really what it comes down
Community.
to. This whole watch collecting thing. It's the community, really.
Okay, we got a couple questions for previews of what's coming up. So yeah, we all got channels. Miguel, what's next for you?
Yeah, I got a so the Aries Gold, right, from my wife, the women's watch, and another one is a Khaki Field Mechanical. I did an unboxing, did not review it, and also working on this micro brand Coast watches. They're actually launching their Kickstarter campaign on the 16th of April, and it's an awesome watch. Salida movement, really well finished. It's gonna be around $600-700. But if you guys want to see what it looks like, is the latest picture on my Instagram stories or account. And I actually went to Crystal Cove yesterday here in California. I took some really cool pictures by the ocean because it's very fitting, right, with the diver and all that stuff. So awesome watch. 3 reviews that are coming up. So.
All right, Alden, what do you got coming up?
I've got a couple oldies, but I wanted to see them. So Vario sent me their Green Empire, and I thought everyone's reviewed it, so I thought I'd do another wife watch review. If you haven't seen those, it's where it's a lot of fun. My wife is hilarious.
Your wife is going to like one of the watches you got.
I know, one of these days. This might be it. And then
you showed her any MVMTs or Vinceros yet?
She likes Fossil.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so and then you remember those that Cal company? They make like a moon watch. It's literally got a moon or an Earth on it,
like a literal moon watch, not the.
Yeah, they're really cool. So I got one of those to check out. That'll be fun. And then I've got this Van Banner. It's a company that you probably haven't heard of. It's a Canadian guy. He's trying to get his first watch off the ground, and this is a really cool field diver, so I'm gonna review this bad boy soon.
Nice.
Shane, how about you? What do you got coming up?
see, next one, I'm working on a couple things all at the same time. Next one I think is actually going to be one I've been putting off for a while, and that's going to be my Hamilton and Dramatic chrono, which I would say is probably the first real, what I would call my first grail to buy, because I've been wanting one for a long time. And then after that, maybe Seiko Mini Turtle that I picked up a little while ago.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And then I have Axios Pathfinder, which is their new field watch, which is Kickstarter's coming up, I think, near the end of the month.
Yeah, I got the Pathfinder in the mail. It's being shipped over to me, so I'm waiting for that one. But yeah, that one will be coming towards the end of the month. I think next one, I think I mentioned it, but I'm planning on getting the review of the Certina out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Certina DS1, 100-meter water resistance kind of dress watch. And then I have this Boulder Odyssey 45.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It's a big watch. Not really in focus there, but yeah, I'll get it back here. It's a little bit. Yeah, so that one, I've already done an unboxing of this one. So if you want a preview, you can check that on the channel. But the review is in the works. So those are kind of the next ones I got going. And then I got a kit from Do It Yourself Watch Club. So I'm going to try and make a watch.
Oh, cool.
See how that goes. Little nervous about that. But I just saw Nick Shabazz did a live build on his. So he got one of the kits too. He did a live stream. It's kind of fun watching that.
That's cool.
He's had a little bit more experience, I think, with modding and stuff than I have. So I've opened up a case back one time on a watch. So this is going to be a big step for me. We'll see how it goes.
Should get a boss stock first and practice on it.
I know, yeah. Try and practice.
I had a Hamilton that I spent 3 hours cleaning on Saturday morning because there were 3 screws holding in these little brackets to hold the movement in. And these buggers were so small. And I shot one across the room. My wife, after 20 minutes, found it.
Nice.
And then I spent another 20 minutes trying to get it in, and then I shot it across the room. Now it's gone. So I'm all done with that.
Yeah. Answer the question that just popped up. I actually have one coming some point soon. Warrant Defender 2. Actually, I have all the shots I need. I just need to write it out, do the voiceover, and not sure when that's going to be in the schedule, though.
All right. So I think that's going to wrap it up. Miguel, any last words? You want to shout out your channel or anything before we go?
I already plugged it enough. I already plugged it enough.
Okay.
But hey, thank you so much for. Heroes did it for me too. But no, thank you so much for having me on the show. This is a lot of fun. This is what it's about, right? The community watches are cool and all, but at the end of the day is the relationships you build, and really that's really all I have to say. So thank you guys.
That's it.
We appreciate having you on.
Good job.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to everybody's channel. I think links are down below in the description for everybody's YouTube channels. We're all on Instagram as well. Definitely go support Miguel. Alton too, get him up to 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Let's get him going. And we'll see you guys next time. And we'll be announcing.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.